in a community where there's not a lot of options, the options that are there, it's good to make them as valuable as you possibly can. Those inner working community connections with other food banks, the churches, thrift stores, because we have to try to get as much things into the community to stop the barrier. So the closest city, major city to us is Pocatello. That's literally a 20-minute drive. But if you didn't know any better, you know what I mean, or you couldn't acknowledge that, that 20 minutes is a huge barrier. This is also a rural agricultural community. So a lot of the work that goes into it, these are people that are doing potatoes. These are people that are working 12-hour days. These are people that don't have a lot of time gaps for options. And that 20-minute drive can be a strain. So as many things as we can get in here without having to travel out of the county or into Pocatello, it makes such a difference. As time has gone on, I've incrementally started to put things in the center that are activity prone and or are in the nature of something that would be more attuned to a small town. I have a community garden that I do, and that's going to be a continuous thing every summer for peers to get their hands dirty, as well as have some kind of activity that is sobriety based. And they can also plant things in that garden. In the winter, that area turns into a wood drive for some of the homeless and transient population that have trouble getting housing. A project like that is something that I can do here out in this area, whereas in Pocatello, Idaho Falls, or Twin, there's not really a big need for it. In early recovery, having community and having sober activities to do is so important, especially in a small town where, for all intents and purposes, there's really nothing to do. And so we have to get creative in coming up with things that we can do and we can share in to the community to help and give avenues of that kind of a recovery-based system, you know, and having a place where there's not going to be a stigma, there's not going to be a judgment. You know, everybody here is in recovery at one form or another. And even me as a coach, we are our peers, is how it's been described to me. And I really resonate with that because everyone I help is in recovery and so am I, you know, and there's a lot of hope there. There's a lot of hope there.